Hi, I'm Yasmin. I'm an art therapist from Finland, and today I'm going to show you a really simple and yet a very powerful way of doing art journaling. And today this is the only method that I use myself. And it really is only based on the intention that we go into the art making with, which is to connect with a divine and letting that run through your heart, or channeling that divine energy through our hearts onto the paper. And that divine energy can be anything. It can be some kind of a higher force, a god. Sometimes I also think of it as a light or the sun. So it can really take a lot of different forms. But I think that it really cuts to the core of what art making is about, which is that art contains for us some sort of spiritual mystery that we cannot get in many other places. And this kind of art journaling can become like a daily prayer for you. I really like this quote that Clarissa Pinkola Estes, the writer of Women Who Run with the Wolves, has said. She has said that if all the mysteries of the universe were known, there would be no need for artists. But because there are so many mysteries, we need artists more than we need anything else. And this art journaling method really is trying to bring out that inner mystery of yourself. And you can think of yourself as one side of the diamond of the divine, and the divine really wants to shine through all its different sides. For this method, you can use any materials that you have at home. I usually like to use materials that are simple and quick to use, like colored pencils or gouache paints. For this example, I also use some golden watercolor paints. So something that doesn't really need a lot of like washing and cleaning. And I really recommend you to just start off with whatever you have at home. If that's just a pencil and paper, then that's really all you need. And then you can expand with new materials as you go if you feel inclined. So to start off, you can set up your materials and then close your eyes for a bit and take a few deep breaths. Just take a moment to notice what's happening in your body. And when you feel that you've found some place of stillness or relaxation in yourself, then I would like you to imagine becoming like an empty vessel for this divine energy to run through. And if it helps, you can imagine this empty tunnel being created that goes from the top of your head down through your heart and all the way down to your pelvis. And after this, you can imagine that this divine energy starts running through you and it fills up this empty vessel inside of you. You can imagine it as a light going through your head all the way down to your heart and to your pelvis, so that you become filled with this divine light. And after this, you can imagine all this divine light becoming concentrated in your heart area. And when you feel that you found this light or presence in your heart, you can open your eyes and we'll start drawing or painting. So next we're going to start to create this art journal page. And the way that the process goes is that you stay with this divine energy in your heart and you try to let this heart energy make all the decisions that are going to happen on the page. Which color to pick, how to move your hand, and any impulses you get, just trust them. And if you feel that you start thinking about what to draw or paint or questioning the impulses that are coming through your heart, then you can just stop and do this visualization again and then continue the process. And in the beginning it may seem difficult, but when you do it more, then it becomes easier, and you can feel that you can stay with your heart and you can stay with this divine energy for a longer time. And you'll know when the page is ready. And when you feel that the process has come to some sort of an end, then after this we write. So the way that I like to do art journaling is that on one side of the spread I do the image, and then on the other side of the spread I write a small text about this image, because I feel that the writing often brings the image closer to consciousness, or it brings maybe a message that the image is wanting to tell me. I can find a new perspective about this image by writing about it. So a good way to write about images is to start by writing a few words that come to your mind about it. Just completely intuitive, whatever words come to your mind. And you can write 4 to 8 words. And after you have these words written, you can write a free-form text so that you use these words somewhere inside of the text. You don't need to use all of them, but just some of them that resonate to you the most. And this text, it can be just a free flow of ideas and thoughts. You can also write it as a poem if that feels more natural to you. The words that I wrote about my image for this example were heart, swans, stars, birth, and connection. And the text I wrote about this goes like this. The heart sits at the center, and that center is born out of the portal of the divine. Conjoining two parts, will their gazes ever meet? Their paths are connecting soon, a deep soul union, with each other, the sky and earth. The stars are placed in perfect accordance with the divine plan called life. When you have the faith, you have everything you desire. So if you like this method of art journaling, I invite you to try it for 40 days in a row, and I can almost guarantee you that trusting your heart will become second nature to you, and it will become such a habit that you will start following your heart, not only inside your art journal, but in your life in general.